Good evening. You're watching Monday's Look North.
On the programme tonight.
Hands Off HRI! Hands Off HRI!
The fight to save Huddersfield's A&E department moves to London as tens of thousands of people have their say.
We have to win this fight. I fear for the future of Huddersfield Royal Infirmary if we have A&E downgraded. We must keep a full A&E in our town.
We'll be live at Westminster with the latest.
Good evening, thank you for joining us. Campaigners opposing plans for a major reorganisation of hospital services, which include moving the A&E from Huddersfield to Halifax, have taken a petition to Downing Street.
The Hands Off the HRI group also joined with campaigners from around the country to protest against what they see as cuts to hospital services. A final decision will be taken by the local NHS later this month. Our health correspondent Jamie Coulson has our top story.
Hands Off HRI.
Early morning and a coach leaves Huddersfield to take the fight over local hospital services to London.
Hands Off HRI! Hands Off HRI!
On board are around 50 campaigners opposed to controversial changes, which include Huddersfield's A&E moving to Halifax.
It's to safeguard our people in Huddersfield, safeguard our family, our kids' kids, because once the hospital's gone, it's gone.
I think it's absolutely ridiculous. Our town is so big, with students, with older people, and I just think lives are going to be lost if they shut the A&E down.
Now also on board is this petition. It contains 134,000 signatures, and one copy will go to Downing Street, and the other goes to the Department of Health. The two hospitals are 5 miles apart and currently provide a wide range of services. Under the plans, Calderdale Royal Hospital would become a centre for emergency care, including A&E, urgent medical and surgical services, and a special department for sick children. Meanwhile, Huddersfield Royal Infirmary would be demolished and replaced by a smaller hospital across the road to deal with planned care, like routine surgery, medical day cases and diagnostics. Both centres would have urgent care centres to deal with non-life-threatening injuries.
Hands Off HRI! Hands Off HRI!
In London, the Hands Off HRI group met with other campaigners from across the country before heading to Downing Street to hand in the petition, supported by local MPs.
We have to win this fight. I fear for the future of Huddersfield Royal Infirmary if we have A&E downgraded. We must keep a full A&E in our town.
If we don't get the right answers from the Prime Minister here or from Jeremy Hunt, the Secretary of State for Health, we will take this battle again onto the floor of the House of Commons.
By delivering this petition, the campaigners are hoping it will show the strength of feeling against these proposals. For their part, the local NHS has declined to comment today, but they've always said that doing nothing is not an option, and what they're proposing is the best solution when you look at patient care and cost together.
No NHS cuts!
A copy of the petition was also taken to the Department of Health.
Hands Off NHS!
A final decision will be made by the NHS locally in 10 days' time.
Well, Jamie joins us live from Westminster tonight. Jamie, will today make any difference at all?
Well, this is the latest high-profile event organised by the campaign group. Will it make any difference? Who knows? But of course, it does keep the pressure up on the people who will eventually make this decision. For their part, the Department of Health have said they believe this is a local matter that needs to be decided locally. Of course, the local NHS have declined to comment to us at this stage. We should, of course, remember that all of this comes in the wake of a public consultation where 60% of people said they would be negatively affected by these changes. And then, of course, just last week, a report by the local authorities that put forward 19 recommendations, essentially asking for more information on things like bed capacity, how it will all be financed, and, of course, on transport and travel. So there is still a lot more information to come out of this.
OK, so what happens next then?
Well, the local NHS will meet on the 20th of October. At the end of that meeting, they will vote and decide what they want to do with these proposals, whether to go ahead with them. We don't know at this stage whether they will in fact vote to go ahead with them, but they have always said that doing nothing is not an option. Of course, even if they do vote in favour, this isn't necessarily the end of it, because the local authorities still have the power, if they're not satisfied, to refer this matter to the Health Secretary, Jeremy Hunt. So all of this will play itself out in the coming days and weeks.
Jamie Coulson live in Westminster for us there. Thank you very much.